Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday morning, December 23rd. We're looking at the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. Again, just a reminder, there will be no videos tomorrow, December 24th. I will not be here. So for those of you who just watched the early video, Merry Christmas, safe, happy travels wherever you may go. Enjoy the day. Certainly is been a long year, so try to enjoy it with family and friends. Okay, so what do we have this morning? We had a pretty quiet day. Yesterday we had an inside day. I wouldn't doubt if we do have something similar today. We are in a 16-day balance, which is fairly small for that large, for that length of time. It's only a little over $10, just under $10.50. I think between Christmas and New Year's approaching, and also I think a big factor will be that January 5th runoff in the Senate. I think the market might be pausing due to that. Obviously, I think if the Republicans keep control of the Senate and we have some checks and balances, this market might come out of this balance to the upside and at least attempt new highs. However, if the Democrats win and sweep, I think at least initially it could be a short-term jolt to the system, realizing that some major policy changes with nobody to stop them can affect the market going forward. Let's check out some of the other indices. Here's the Russell. Russell looking to gap to an all-time high again. So they got close yesterday, didn't do it. Right now, with 75 minutes to go prior to the opening, they are attempting to gap to an all-time high. Triple Qs, sort of like us, they're still inside yesterday's range. Now, the interesting thing about the Triple Qs is the Nasdaq Composite hit their all-time high yesterday. And right now, the Triple Qs are a little over $2 away from their all-time high. So that's a little interesting. Usually, they'll hit them in tandem. So something to keep an eye on. And then for us, inside day. We come out of an inside day, you go with it, you monitor it for continuation, and just as importantly, lack of. Now, because it is a holiday week, I think the odds of lack of continuation might even be in the cards. But it remains to be seen. First, we have to come out of yesterday's range. It was a small range. I would think they should be able to come out of it at some point today. So let's go over destinations and the game plan for this morning. So your upside destinations. First one will be, well, I'll tell you what, I take that back. The 10 wide that we were going to use on the upside is now a downside destination. So my first destination on the upside is 368.33, yesterday's high. So remember, what did this market do yesterday afternoon? We almost got to the high today and then sold off the last 4 time frames. End period stayed down here too. So what was it? It was short. So what are they doing this morning? They're covering. So the overnight is long, but it's long due to the market being short yesterday afternoon. A lot of context we got to do here. So 368.33 yesterday's high. 368.81. Remember, that's K's high from the 21st. That H range is wrong, not even close to being right. And then you should have the other upside destinations. 368.45 is the overnight high right now. So just above yesterday's high, here you see it, and below the 21st high. For our downside destinations, first one will be the 10 wide now, down at 367.42. Then we have our overnight low of 366.38. Yesterday's low of 366.03, and then the daily low from the 21st of 362.03. So again, these destinations are pretty far and wide apart on the downside until we get more market-generated information. Pre-market volume right now, only 330,000. So what's the game plan? Again, I think we're going to get some kind of chop inside yesterday's range. A couple of things we can do. If we rally towards yesterday's high and the overnight high, which are fairly close together, you can take a put play. A lot of times they front run. We saw it yesterday. They front ran the overnight low and the overnight high and didn't get either one. So a lot of times they'll do that, especially the first time. So if we are to push up prior to the opening, I'd take a put play against yesterday's high. If we get the overnight and that's all they want, fine. Any acceleration or acceptance between above yesterday's high or the overnight high, I'm out. I'd be out. There'd be a good chance then they go for the 21st high. If they get it and come right back in, or they came and come out, well, then you see what you get to the downside. Again, there's no destination to the POC. So that's one early short play. As far as a call play in the next 75 minutes, if we gap higher, now I'm not looking for that right now, but if you were to gap higher, you could take a call play, and I'd be out if the gap fills. If we open in here, in this range right now, and just sit around here, I'm just going to watch it. It'll be imbalance in value, worse of your risk reward. Now remember, if you take that short, your value is going to be overlapping to higher, at least initially. But at least you have your out. In here, there's really nothing if you take a call play. Or a short play for that matter right here. So I'd let the chart sort out. If you were to push down, get the POC, not get accepted into M's range, you could take a long play. Any acceptance into M's range, though, I'm out. It's not a big range from yesterday. And you know what happens once we get accepted into it. So, again, 2 early plays. In CamelbackTrading.org's voice channel room, you're getting these up-to-the-date trade ideas all day. And then I'm just going to show you the daily chart real quickly. 16-day balance. Are we going to stay in it for the rest of this week? Possibly. Are we going to stay in it for next week? Possibly. Who knows? Again, I think the big factor going forward will be that Tuesday, January 5th runoff. Again, no videos tomorrow. Have a Merry Christmas if you don't watch tonight's video. Have a great day trading. And we'll recap at 4 p.m.